so bad. It's much better out there. Sunshine today. You're going to love it all day today. It'll look like that. 83 for the high. Thursday, sunny and 85. Friday, going to be nice again. No rain. High of 88. Now, Saturday, late in the day, maybe in the evening, a little bit of rain chance creeps back in, and some rain possible on Sunday as well. We're not going to worry about that so much, but for planning purposes for your weekend, you'll have a little bit of an idea there. But these next 3 days will be lovely. Get out and enjoy it. Take the dog for a walk. Sit outside for lunch or something.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Enjoy.
Yeah, we need a break. We need to dry out.
Yeah.
We know people had a lot of damage from the storms the other day. Richard with power back yesterday afternoon at 2. Maybe some of you still without power.
That was 10 and a half hours without power.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not true.
more than that.
It was 22 and a half hours without power. It was like, oh, man, I'm roughing it here. Look at me. I could probably be on Survivor now.
You could?
Yeah, I think so.
It empowers you.
I feel like I somehow
I think
managed to get
sometimes,
through that.
God does that where you don't have power, you don't have water. It makes you appreciate it. You're like, oh, I really love my water.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
really love my power.
You know, I wake up with thank you on my lips every day. I'm a grateful guy. I love the gratitude. And I think it just makes you a happier person if you feel that way.
If you're grateful.
Yes,
Yep.
but boy, oh boy, I wasn't too grateful during that 22 and a half hours. I was cursing a lot of people. It was just
Looking the switches on and off, going, oh, that's right, I don't have power.
Every single room I walked into, I kid you not. Even yesterday when I got home from work, I walk into the kitchen, I flip the switch. I'm like, you moron.
You put that ginormous note on the refrigerator and freezer door. Do not open.
Do not open.
Don't touch the handle.
Until Christmas.
That's right.
Yikes. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
If you have a house or a piece of property that you are interested in selling, that can be a little nightmare. And it can be a nightmare because you get yourself a listing agent. You guys guess at what price you should put it at. If you guess too high, you go through the process of, now we're going to knock $5,000 off. Let's knock another $5,000 off. Maybe you get an offer on it and you put the under contract sign up, and the next thing you know, there's a contingency. The deal falls apart. You take the under contract sign back down again. Now you have to start all over again. I'm speaking from experience because I've done all of the above, okay? Every one of those things has happened to me. When you use Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing, you don't have these problems. Let's start with the lack of contingency. There's no contingency. There's no deal falling through. That doesn't happen, okay? You're going to bring a bunch of qualified people, qualified buyers together, cash in hand, to bid for your property. And they are going to give you the absolute best market value because they're in a bidding war with each other. And then the buyer pays the closing cost and the cost of sale. So whatever that final bid is, whatever that number is, that's yours. You get that. Pretty good deal, huh? Find out more about how you can auction off a piece of property or a house or a piece of commercial property, maybe a commercial building. However it is you want to do it, they can make it happen at Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing. Just go to gtauctions.com for a little more info, gtauctions.com.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, big news for the state of Alabama. The Supreme Court ruled last night that the state can use the 2023 legislature-approved map for the upcoming election. Now, in late April, Steve Marshall and Wes Allen filed emergency motions seeking to lift injunctions on 3 Alabama redistricting cases after the Supreme Court ruling in Louisiana. Now, on May 11th, the Supreme Court vacated a previous ruling. All right, class, keep up with this.
Yeah.
Then we moved to May 22nd, where the state and plaintiffs argued about how to interpret the Supreme Court's ruling in Louisiana. Long story short, yes, we can use the 2023 map. The special primary election is going to take place on August the 11th. I know we've gone round and round about this. We're probably not done either. There'll probably be another challenge, and then the Supreme Court will be like, no, we've already ruled on this. You can use the 2023 maps. So
Pretty sure that's
again,
the final word.
Let's
here.
hope. Let's hope that it is. You never know. Somebody's like, well, let me just try this one more time.
There's always going to be somebody out there who's trying to take this thing to court or change things around or whatever. You can count on it.
Mm-hmm. How about this little ditty? The River Chase Galleria will soon be up for sale.
How about that?
Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo! I know there's people in Hoover going, thank goodness we're going to finally do something with this. Hoover Mayor Nick Durza says it's a positive turning point for the mall. Something needs to happen there. If you've been in there lately, you're like, ugh. For a number of years, there have been some efforts to try and revitalize the River Chase Galleria. Last year, a consulting firm recommended millions of dollars in renovations that were needed, discussions of adding apartments and demolishing a good amount of the existing retail space. They also discussed that. So you've got the Galleria that's kind of empty. You've got Patton Creek that's very empty.
Ghost town.
What are you going to do with all of that? But now here is some honest movement. They even talked about a hospital there. So what they do, what they're going to do with this property will be interesting to see. But the fact that very soon it will be up for sale, does somebody grab it immediately, or do we see it sit there for another who knows how long?
Here's my idea. Hear me out. Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yeah. Just bare knuckle brawling. Right
Inside of
Yeah.
the Galleria.
Gather a bunch of people.
What about the
Wager.
walkers? What do you do with them?
They can walk around the outside for a change.
Outside?
It's about time
Not
for them.
inside the building.
What are you going to do? Do you make that a gym? That would be
I
interesting.
don't know what
Yeah.
you do with it.
No,
It's massive.
There's a lot of stuff going on there. And the problem is that it's so centrally located would you have all of that stuff across the street, like Flipsy's Furniture, 2nd and Charles? Would you have all that across the street if the Galleria hadn't been there? The stuff that's around the perimeter, the Costco, where they put the Costco is,
Yeah.
definitely tied to the Galleria, as are a lot of those little outlying businesses. If you suddenly turn that into an apartment complex, now you no longer have people that are designed to go specifically to the mall. Are they going to go somewhere else? They're going to find someplace else to spend their money? I think they already do,
I don't know.
frankly.
I don't know.
They're already going
I think
to the summits.
Costco does well.
Costco will be fine no matter
right,
what.
that's about what
That's
I was.
for sure.
You don't really need the Galleria. You don't need Patton Creek. It's in a great position because it's right there on the flyover.
Yeah.
You've got traffic from 459 and other parts, and it's in Hoover, so it's kind of centrally located for that part of town.
I think right now the Galleria is hoping Costco doesn't.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
you
they're
might be
like.
right about that. If they go,
We,
woo,
we get some spillover
they'll be
for
like,
Costco.
you know
It's
what? We
great."
don't need this flyover. Never mind.
Between
probably
that and the
was-
Home Depot, that's pretty much the anchors for
That
this
is it.
gallery.
That is true.
I'm telling you.
Mm.
Finally, a man on Alabama death row for the past 25 years is set to be executed next week. They're going to use nitrogen gas. Jeffrey Lee was convicted of the 1998 murders of Jimmy Ellis and Elaine Thompson. This happened during a robbery at a pawn shop in Dallas County. This guy came in with a sawed-off shotgun, killing Ellis and shooting Thompson, who was a store clerk. He was also found guilty of the attempted murder of Helen King, who was also an employee at that pawn shop. But a judge Tuesday said nitrogen hypoxia could be used in his execution. So this will be the 7th person to die using nitrogen gas. The very first person executed at Atmore for 2026.
Do you think that people rob pawn shops because they have a lot of cash?
Do you think they have a lot of cash
I
in there?
assume.
I don't know that we're all dealing in cash much anymore.
No,
but
not
there's
anymore,
a lot of
but this
there's
was-
weapons in there and jewelry
That's
in there
true.
and gold in there.
I'm guessing this was 30 years ago, though, because that's how long it takes
Yeah.
people to get to death row.
I guess
And,
so.
and I think, people would bring in stuff to pawn and they expected to get
Get
cash,
cash, maybe
in return.
so.
So maybe that's why.
I don't know. There's a lot of goodies there.
Yeah.
Not sure what
Well,
they're after. But,
Goodies is a relative term.
Yeah. But if you're coming in with a sawed-off shotgun, what are you coming in for?
I don't know.
Huh?
Maybe he wanted
kinda-
to. Maybe he wanted to trade that in for something else. Didn't
Well,
work out that way.
No, it did not.
Sad.
Mhm.
He didn't get what he wanted. That's for sure. 814 Dixon Inviting, Talk 995, talk995.com, drivewaywashing.com. Can do your apartment complex. I'm telling this to you because if you're an apartment complex manager, you may be saying, how do I clean this place up? Well, Driveway Washing does that kind of stuff. They'll also, of course, do your patio, your deck, your pool deck. Yeah. Take care of your roof, do your gutters, siding, you name it. Get rust stains. They can get rust stains off. Pretty impressive stuff. What they're doing at drivewaywashing.com is not groundbreaking. It's not earth-shattering. It's good old-fashioned American labor that costs a reasonable amount of money. They're going to give you a great estimate if you call them, 915-0646, 915-0646, and talk to them about what it is you want clean. They'll come by, take a look, give you an estimate. Job will take 3 or 4 hours probably, and you don't even have to be there while it's happening. You're going to love the work that Cody does. And again, if you are an HOA manager, and you have some common areas that need to be cleaned, he can take care of that for you as well. DrivewayWashing.com, 915-0646. A20. Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5 Talk and 99.5.com. 84 for a high, 83, 84, somewhere around in there. Sunny skies, that's what's important. And drying out over the next several days with a small chance of rain finding its way back into the forecast on Saturday night. There, that about covers it.
Yeah, that does.
That about does it.
Mm-hmm. And enjoy today. Man, it's going to be so nice.
I intend to.
We need a nice break from the rain.
Yeah, boy.
Again, we need the rain,
Yep.
green things up, but We had about 10 days, 2 weeks there. It was like, okay, enough of the. Let's turn the spigot off for just a little bit.
Just a minute.
Just to, give us a little tiny break.
A breather.
Thank you very much. It's a great time to think about your financial plan. If you don't have a financial plan put together, and some of you think, yeah, I do. I'm, putting a little away here and a little bit over there. And now I'm talking about putting it all together. And that's really what's great about knowing Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group, a wealth management company that really customizes a plan that fits just you, because we're all different. So what they want to do is talk with you for just a few minutes, find out what your goals are, what your wants are, what your needs are, kids, when you want to retire. And it's great that Danny now, this is really, he's got all of his sons involved in this, and they are so knowledgeable about financial planning. So get this together if you haven't done it yet, because you need to know about things like retirement planning, investment management, legacy planning, and what do you want to do in retirement? You may not care at all about traveling. Maybe you want to get an RV and just go around the U.S. of A., right, and see some things. Whatever it is that you want to do, you got to have a plan. You got to have that roadmap. So Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group are there for you when you are ready to talk with them. They'd love to talk with you. Get that clear financial plan put together so you can rest easy at night and know that when you get to retirement, you are good to go. You've got plenty of money in your retirement plan that you don't have any worries. And there is a lot of things that go into it nowadays. So get in touch with them today. The Knowles Group, Knowles. You'll love working with these guys. You'll love working with Danny and the guys. TheKnowlesGroup.com is the website. That's how you can reach out to them today. TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Let me take you back to May the 28th of 2023, where Rick Chow and his son Andy are working in their convenience store in Richland County, South Carolina. A 14-year-old young man named Cyrus Cormac Belton comes in, and the Chows suspect he's shoplifting. They chase him out of the store and down the street, about 100 yards, and Rick Chow, Daddy Chow, shoots him in the back with a .45 caliber Glock handgun, killing Cyrus Cormac Belton at the tender age of 14. He is then arrested and is held without bond for over 3 years.
It's a long time.
Awaiting his trial.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Uh-huh. That's a long time. Long wait. In the meantime, you had a community kind of gather around his store. There were protesters. There was ugliness. They cheered when they learned that he'd been charged with murder, which he was that very same day. And the store was vandalized later that night. Flash forward, Chow's trial lasted for 3 days. The last 3 days, 4 days, actually 4 days. According to the Post and Courier, the jury deliberated Monday for about 8.5 hours, from early afternoon to 9 p.m., and they reached their decision not guilty. Rick Chow said, well, he had a gun on his person, and he pointed it at Andy. He said, well, he was running away. He turned and pointed the gun at my son, and that's why I shot him. And the state said, no, that gun was on the ground. It wasn't a threat to anybody. Well, how do they know? They weren't there. They didn't see it, you know? Rick says, yeah, I mean, if he hadn't pointed the gun, fine. He can run away with what little stuff he took, but he turned around, he pointed the gun. I had to shoot him. And he did. And now we're short one 14-year-old. But 3 years sitting in a holding cell waiting
ridiculous
for your trial.
Why in the world did it take so long?
And if it was going to take so long, why no bail? This guy was a store owner. He was a member of the community. We're not talking about a thug here who was going to make a run for it. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe he was headed back to the home.
This is this is an interesting case, and again, first of all, what's a 14-year-old doing with this weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You're bringing it into the store.
Yeah.
Now you've taken it out of wherever you had it, your pocket, in your waistband, and you've pointed it at somebody. That kind of changes. Now this is self-defense.
Yeah. At that point, it is. There's no question in my mind. If he, in fact, pointed the gun at somebody, and that is, unfortunately, the only testimony we have. There were no eyewitnesses. There was nothing that could really work with. But the jury deliberated on it. They thought about it. They cogitated on it. And they finally came to the conclusion not guilty was the best. Now, that could be a number of things, just to be clear. It could be that they felt like, yes, this really was self-defense. It could be, well, the prosecutors didn't
Make the case.
Make the case.
Yeah, that's possible.
That happens sometimes. That's really what happened in the OJ case. It's not that they thought he was innocent. It's that the jury said he didn't make the case. They didn't make the case. And in this case, it may be that prosecutors just didn't have enough evidence to say, no, he didn't point a gun at you. But I kind of side with Mr. Chow here, the elder Chow. Do you think they're related to Puppy Chow? Is there a way that they have to? Are they heir to the Puppy Chow fortune?
If they were, I don't think that they'd have this convenient store.
Oh, you're
They'd
right.
be living in a mansion somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. What was I thinking? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yet
if there's no video of this or anything, again, it's his word. And the 14-year-old is dead. So, he can say he pointed the gun at me. If you don't have any video of that, you have to take him at his word.
I guess.
That's what he did. And there's no witnesses either.
No.
But if you're chasing somebody out of the store that shoplifted and you shoot him in the back and there's no turning around with a weapon and pointing it at somebody, you got a problem there.
I would say that you have a problem. Society would have a problem with you. Richard Dixon, not so much. You're stealing my livelihood.
I totally get that. But, people frown on you shot somebody in the back that wasn't even pointing a weapon at you.
You value your stuff more than this boy's life. How about this? He valued my stuff more than his life as well. How about that? He should have thought about that before he came into my store and started stealing things. There was a case here many years ago, 20-plus years ago. It was a clothing store downtown where somebody was just going around and racking up all these clothes, grabbing stuff off of hangers and whatnot, and then made a run for the back door. And the owner broke out a gun and shot him in the back as he was leaving. Got him in the buttocks and the legs as he was diving into the back seat of this car that later made a getaway. They picked him up at the hospital. The store owner was charged. There was a big to-do and a lot of conversation about it. And I say, what are you supposed to do? Somebody is stealing your stuff. You can only do so much. If this isn't a deterrent, I don't know what is. Don't go shoplifting there. That guy will shoot you. That would stop people from shoplifting, wouldn't you think?
It would. Yeah, but the laws are a little... That's when you start to get into a little bit of a gray area.
Yeah, they tend to not like it when you shoot people in the back, unarmed people in the back.
Yeah,
the police are like, hey, that's our job. Come on.
But you're right. I mean,
kidding.
What are you supposed to do to protect your, you think about somebody that breaks into your home in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You're going to end up probably shot and killed. A lot of homeowners in Alabama have weapons. Take care of that. This is your livelihood and your business. Yeah. You own the business. Maybe you own the building. They've come into the building, and they start to rob you. Are you expected just to stand there and let them do that?
If you enter the Dixon Mansion without being invited in the middle of the night,
you're toast.
Yeah, you're dead. You're going to be shot, and I'm not shooting to wound.
No.
Okay. And then later the lights will come on and it'll be like, oh, he was planning a surprise party. He's got balloons and everything.
You might not want to do that.
No, maybe not. That's why I leave the lights off. I don't know what happened, officer. But honestly, even if the guy's not armed, even if somebody's not armed, I think in the state of Alabama, you can get away with shooting. It's a castle doctrine, You get to defend yourself, defend your ground. You don't have to try to make a run for it. And you can assume that somebody is breaking into your house with ill intentions, right? I don't know. I haven't seen a case like this happen that I can point to. But to the best of my knowledge, that is the way. Because I remember when they passed the Stand Your Ground law in Alabama, and the question was, well, what if this person is unarmed? How do you know they're unarmed? That was the question. I said, okay. So they might have a gun. You're going to wait for them to fire first? Is that how we're going to do it? You get one free shot.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, thank you.
No. You're going down, baby. You are going down. 8:30, your thoughts are welcome. 545-9950. 8:29 right now. Oh, we got another pair of Molly Ringwald tickets. Tickets to go see the Molly Ringwalds at Iron City. Yes, the actress does know that the group has taken her name.
They gave her a little check there?
No, she doesn't care.
She's
like,
okay?
Yeah, as long as you're promoting me, that's a good thing.
And they added an S, right?
Yeah, there's more than one of them.
Right.
4 of them, I believe, the Molly Ringwalds.
Maybe they get away with it that way.
4 or 5, I don't remember. Anyway, they're very good. You'll enjoy them. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 834 Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. It is time once again to give away some lovely tickets to see the Molly Ringwalds at Iron City. We'll do that with an 80s music trivia question in mere moments, but first I must remind you that the Alabama Men's Clinic is interested in your hormones. Not all your hormones, really, just the testosterone. They want to know what the deal is with that. Yeah, your testosterone level might be low, and if it is, you're finding yourself draggy, you are really having problems getting through the day, getting any sort of excitement going about anything in general, low T will do that to you. And that is why, my friends, you need to get in touch with the Alabama Men's Clinic so that they can get that testosterone number back up where it belongs. Initial consultation is $99. It's real science. It's real medicine, actual urology-based, and it's powered by Men's Pro. So what are you waiting for? 598-7000 is the telephone number, 598-7000. You make that call. You make that appointment. Your life could be changing as early as later this week. 598-7000. Find them online at alabamamensclinic.com. They can also help you with your ED, your hair loss, your weight loss, peptides, GLP-1s. They handle all of that. That is the Alabama Men's Clinic. Make an appointment online in 30 seconds or less. Now, a music trivia question, 80s band, all right? Here's the question. Where did the band Duran Duran derive their name from? From where? From whence did, only one honk today, from whence did Duran Duran, the musical group, derive their name? 545-9950, 545-9950. We would love to hear from you. First person who gets the correct answer gets Molly Ringwald's tickets. I know this is disruptive and upsetting to a lot of people, but Dewey Cox has now pulled out of the Freedom concert, the Freedom America concert. That's not happening. Style Boys, Infant Sorrow, Spinal Tap, The Ruddles, all out. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem pulled out.
Really? Did they? Oh,
Freedom
man.
250, not going to
Really
be.
hate that.
I know, it's very.
It's going to be a heck of a
very
show.
bad.
It's a really, really big show.
You know who's sticking hard, though?
Kid Rock.
No.
Lee Greenwood.
Interestingly,
I don't know.
how about Vanilla Ice?
Yeah, Vanilla's in.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla's like, man, a resurgence of me. This would be awesome.
Yeah. He's going to do a medley of his hit, which is great. Ice, ice,
Baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, you could get the Village People.
Mm.
What's left of them?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, Donald Trump is doing the YMCA whole thing. They said, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Vanilla Ice, YMCA,
Let's
the
get them
Village
out there.
People.
I love that idea.
Who else?
And by the way,
Huh?
would anybody notice if you put other people in the costumes? If
No,
you know,
we don't care.
they're just going to go out and
Play
lip sync
something,
anyway.
Have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Donald Trump ought to do.
You need a cowboy and a
Indian.
construction worker, an Indian, a cop, I think. and
Oh,
what was
he'll
it,
be called a racist if he
naval-
gets as somebody gets up there as an Indian. You watch.
Well,
We can't have nice things,
what
Richard.
if it was like an Indian from India?
Well, we could
if
do
we did that?
and then he could be.
A
Yeah.
convenience store worker, something like that. I'm just throwing it out there.
How's he going to be dressed?
Yeah, with an apron. He'll have like an apron,
apron?
of 7-Eleven.
With some,
Could say
like,
on it.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, I don't know.
Slurpees.
Work with me.
Okay, I'm trying.
I'm trying to do something good here. BA is in Pleasant Grove. BA, I pity the fool. What are you doing over there?
Well, I'm just trying to hide from my boss. Anyway,
Good plan. All right. So
Hi,
we need to know,
boss.
where did Duran Duran derive their name from? BA.
an old movie, really kind of a sci-fi movie, starred Jane Fonda, called Barbarella, and she was in search of a man named Duran Duran.
That is correct. Yes, sir. He was the bad guy in Barbarella. And Duran Duran picked up on that. Congratulations. You've just won yourself a pair of tickets to see the Molly Ringwalds, the 80s sensation at Iron City this coming Saturday night, the 6th of June. Stop interrupting.
Way to go, B.A. But he's not done yet.
These tickets are brought to you by Dixon and Vining, Iron City, Talk 99.5, and from Spiegel, Chicago, Illinois, 60609. All right, now you can go ahead and cheer to your heart's content.
My ex-wife used to tell me that all the time. Stop interrupting.
That's right.
Obviously, you didn't learn anything,
Yeah,
huh?
clearly
Ex-wife,
not.
right? Ex-wife. That's the key there.
The key word. Hold on, BA.
Yeah, the evil scientist Dr. Durand with
uh-huh.
a D.
Yeah.
Durand.
Mm-hmm.
And they're Durand.
Yeah, they left out the D.
The D, no D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way Jane Fonda pronounced it throughout the course of the movie was Duran.
Durand.
Yeah,
Durand.
it was
Do.
Duran.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's only slightly irritating. But on the other hand, she was very young and gorgeous and half naked most of the time.
And you didn't care
No.
how she was saying it.
Not
I need
really.
BA to call back because he just hung up.
BA,
and I didn't
don't-
get the
BA, don't
information
hang
I needed.
up. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you can't be hanging up,
yeah,
man.
call back, man.
I know he's on the text line somewhere. You can at least text us, BA. What are you doing out
text
there?
us.
You had to hang up and go run, talk to
He
somebody.
said he was hiding from his boss.
I
So he
won.
probably had to go back.
That's probably it. He was caught. He was dragged out. We'll get his information.
Yeah.
There he is. Good.
Mhm.
Excellent.
All good.
840 with Dixon and Vining. Also out of Freedom 250, Buckaroo Banzai and the Hong Kong Cavaliers. They're not going to be playing.
They won't be.
They're out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lewin Davis has decided not to play. That's a
Lewin
shame.
Davis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard their music in a long time. I mean,
And the
could it-
commitments. The commitments are out.
There's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of artists that I mean,
Mhm.
I understand. You know, who would be? You know, I'm thinking of some of the country acts that
Mhm.
would. They're like, sure, I'll perform. This can't be that difficult.
I heard on one of my multiple talk stations on Sirius XM yesterday. I've got a whole slew of them that are just lined up on one rack of my presets. Some of the stations are great and they have good shows, and some of them are just quite awful. But they were talking to Vanilla Ice, and he said, "Who doesn't want to be part of America's
who wouldn't?
birthday? Like, this is huge. This is the fact that they invited me is such an honor." And I thought, how is everybody not feeling that way?
I know. It's
Everybody should feel
they're
that
just,
way.
They're so worried about how, it's going to look or feel.
Yeah.
Just play your music. Get up there. It's our 250th anniversary. Get up there.
You know, this all kind of ties in to something we talked about in the 6 o'clock hour, which was Scott Pelley getting his walking papers from CBS and him being all worked up about how, you're changing the way that this place works. And it's like, yes, that's the point. We're changing the way that this place works. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but 77 million people voted for Donald Trump in 2024. They want to see something different than what we're showing,
Exactly.
And if we could just try to not lose so many of our viewers while also getting some of those viewers because we're being honest and straightforward and actually covering the news, there's no telling what we might be able to do. CBS has been perennially in third place.
Wow.
Even with Dan Rather, they were in third place, and then they made the switch over. They had Bob Schaefer for a while, and then they threw on Katie Couric, which was a disaster. It started off strong and then went straight downhill.
Mm-hmm.
And they really haven't had a winning news department for a long, 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 long time. And so they're trying this new crazy thing called let's actually do the news and try not to worry so much about the division of the country, but just actually put out a good quality product that everybody can agree on. I hate to use them as a perfect example, but they are a perfect example. Do you think Democrats eat at McDonald's? Hell yes, they do.
Mhm.
You
We
think
all
Republicans
eat
eat at
McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah,
Yes. Trump
everybody
supporters,
does.
people who hate Trump, everybody eats at McDonald's. You know why? McDonald's doesn't say a damn thing about politics or which side they're
Well,
on.
other than Trump using McDonald's through the campaign,
That's
which was
true.
hysterical.
Yeah.
And that he loves McDonald's. If people hate Trump so much, they ought to protest McDonald's
Sure.
because Donald Trump loves McDonald's.
If you would like to see McDonald's have a massive resurgence, that would be the thing to do. We saw that with Chick-fil-A a few years ago.
Right.
Gay people were like, we're boycotting Chick-fil-A. And everyone went, well, we're going to boycott it because we think they're insane.
That's exactly what happened.
And Chick-fil-A is taste delicious.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's crazy to me that we can't even have a nice 250th celebration of America because some people are just so, hey, I don't like the guy who happens to be in the office right now. Look at what he's actually achieved. When you look at what he's achieved, if nothing else, if you looked at absolutely nothing else, closing the border,
That's number one on
If-
the list
if you look
for
at-
the U.S.
Yeah.
That's number one.
If you look at absolutely nothing else, including closing the border, he has made it very rare that you see boys in girls' sports. It's really only California that's
right now
doing
doing
that
it,
right
yeah.
now.
Which is still an issue and
Yeah.
just head shaking.
Frustrating.
It's like, what are you all doing out
But
there?
again, that is, he's managed to create that sensation where it's like, no, this is taboo, this is forbidden. Nobody does this. It's a bad idea, except the idiots out in California. If you look at absolutely nothing else, he has managed to keep inflation under 3%, except, of course, for gasoline, because we're in the midst of this war, but that's going to be taken care of eventually, and that, too, shall pass. If you look at nothing else, the amount of investment that he has brought in from other countries, the amount of manufacturing that he's brought back from the United States, the fact that we are now a net exporter of energy, oil and whatnot. I mean, these are all major accomplishments that he has managed to pull off, not to mention cleaning up Washington, D.C.,
Cleaning up Memphis. Yeah.
and last year was the lowest murder rate in American history since we started keeping track. How do you argue with those things?
But I've been told I'm supposed to hate Donald Trump.
All right. That's what it is. Trump derangement syndrome. I'm supposed to not like him no matter what it is.
All these people.
He's said it before. I could walk on water and people would still not like me.
Clearly.
I could come up with a cure for cancer. They still would say, oh, that's a terrible thing that he
You
did.
put all those oncologists out of business.
Golly.
Denson and Fuller, my insurance agents, they're right there on Crescent Avenue in Homewood, and they are local and they are independent, and I love them because they do such a great job for me. When I have a claim, I simply call them, 414-1476, and say, what do I do? And they go, we got it, Richard. We got it from here. I love that. They shopped around. They got me the absolute best rate. They work for me 24/7. There's never a time that they're not looking around to see if there may be a better rate for me. I love that about them. DensonandFuller.com, 414-1476. My insurance agent should be yours. $8.50. Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. It is one of the great sorrows of my life that we're not going to get the real Guess Who coming anywhere near Birmingham.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I
Get
bet
the fake Guess Who.
we already saw the fake Guess Who. There's a very good Guess Who cover band that
Yeah.
went by the name the Guess Who. I would probably I would hope that they would record one of their shows, maybe release it. I don't know, on a Amazon Prime thing or something like that. Oh, by the way, new scam going around. Got to warn you about this one. I got a note yesterday that said we had to cancel your Prime membership because your method of payment didn't go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My method of payment
Right,
didn't go
right.
through.
And I'm thinking, well, I have changed credit cards a couple of times here recently because of the whole theft and everything like that. But that was well before. Let me just check something. So I go up and, it claims to be from Amazon Prime or Prime Video or something like that. And I click on it and go, oh, okay. It's from atadeba at,
You're like,
gmail.com. You're like, I'm
you're
pretty
not
sure
getting
that's
me.
not them. Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to, click here to put in your new form of payment. Yeah, you bet.
No.
It's nothing I love more than clicking links from strange people who email me or text me things.
I mean, just the bottom, if you want to bottom line it, every single time you get something like that, just double check.
Absolutely.
Make a call yourself to whatever.
Yeah.
Because now it's like 90% of the time, it's an I got you.
Right.
It happens every single
You think
day.
it's only 90?
Well, it's maybe more than
I
that.
think
It's
it's
just not.
98,
It
yeah.
is not worth risking that when
No.
you know full well. Look, I've been paying this and everything's good.
Sure.
If you get that, just move away from it and do your due
I
diligence.
got that one for the first time yesterday. I've been getting a lot of congratulations on your McAfee subscription. You've been charged $482 for the year, and if this was done in error, click here. I'm like, oh God, come on, guys. All you really have to do is go check and see. Did I get charged $482 anywhere? No. Okay, well then
That's the end of that.
everything is computerized nowadays. I can look it all up on my phone. I know
Well,
exactly where my money is.
And with all the AI and all the technology, it's hard to stay ahead of the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
But we've just so got to do our due diligence. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare.
They're getting a little too clever.
It is.
In that you've got like mothers and grandmothers, they would swear it's their grandkid on the phone because of the AI voices.
That's frightening.
It is frightening. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Our family,
because-
we kind of did hey, we have a password.
Yeah.
If you ask me the password and I don't know the password, it's not me.
What is the password? Go ahead, you can tell me.
You know, because
you
our
can share it with
voices.
me.
I mean, every single day we're
Oh my
on.
God,
I
you
mean,
could-
we take it
yes.
anything and do
Yep.
whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And so last time we were all together, physically together, with no devices around. We were
Right.
like, let's come up with something so that if that happens, all you got to do is ask the password. If they don't know what the password is, hang up the call.
I suspect that the toaster still recorded you.
Oh, I'm sure it did. The toaster or the Ring cameras or
Something got us.
something. Jeez.
Something got us. Jay texts in and says, it'd be interesting to see the mall be bought by a university. They could have the school as well as housing and dorms. We couldn't sell Birmingham Southern to a university, so I'm not sure if the mall is going to go that way. It'd be nice.
It would be.
Be nice. I could see that.
Maybe a retirement
We had talked about a
area.
retirement.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which makes sense. You got the
walkers,
walkers already there.
they're already there. They wouldn't even have to
that's
move.
an automatic.
They could just stay
Just
right there.
leave them, right? Move right on in.
Build around
You
them.
never even have to leave them all. Just
Oh.
get your U-Haul and get your stuff there.
I believe it's a Paul Mazursky movie called Scenes from a Mall. It stars Woody Allen, who, by the way, did not make the movie, which is pretty rare that he was actually in a movie that he didn't make. But it stars Woody Allen and Bette Midler as a couple who they start off at home and they go to the mall and they spend all day at the mall. There's all kinds of back and forth, and I think there's two kids involved as well. Family rigmarole, lots of conflict, and it never leaves the mall. It all happens within. If you ever get a chance to see it, it's a fascinating film.
We
Scenes
could do
from
that,
a mall.
yeah. Or build, like one of those communities, like for the elderly people that there's all these little stores. They're not really stores; they're kind of made up. so that they can walk around. Like there's a little beauty shop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they go in there and get their hair done, or the barber that's over here, and the little restaurants.
You're talking
and
about
it's all stays within the Galleria.
fooling old people is what
Well,
you're saying.
I'm just saying,
your goal
you know,
here is to.
No, not fool.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm just saying those that might have, you know,
Mhm.
dementia, the start of Alzheimer's, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. You want to keep them safe, so you keep them in the Galleria.
Yes.
But you got the atrium, and they can see outside, and they're inside.
I recently read about an old folks' home that was in one of the Scandinavian countries where people kept wandering away. And they'd have to go find them. They'd have to track them down. Sometimes they'd be, miles away because they would just keep walking. They left, and then they couldn't remember where they were going or what they were doing. They solved the problem by putting a fake bus stop out front. People would walk out, and they'd just sit down, wait for the bus, but it was never coming.
Right.
And they go, oh, there's Mr. Ferguson. Go, somebody go get Mr. Ferguson.
funny.
He's sitting there waiting for the bus.
Actually, you probably put that inside the Galleria.
That'd be a good idea.
A whole bus.
Yeah,
a whole bus
keep
and
that
the bus
inside,
stop.
then they never go outside.
That's right.
There you
They
go.
go. The bus stop's right there.
Patrick says, I agree with Dixon. You shouldn't be stealing in the first place, and you wouldn't get your ass shot. Just a thing. It's a 14-year-old who would have been in the park or at home like he should have been. Yeah, I agree. He should not have been out shoplifting. I hate to think, though, that shoplifting leads to death. I mean, that's a pretty stiff penalty for shoplifting. On the other hand, you point a gun at somebody, you're going to get shot. Scott says, I thought Vanilla Ice originated under pressure until I heard Queen's version about 10 years later. That's his guilty confession. Scott, you're an embarrassment.
Well.
Sorry, we have to kick you out of the club now.
Oh, he's gone. Are we
Yeah.
blocking him?
Philip says, what about the good old boys from the Blues Brothers? Are they not coming? They're not going to play. They're not playing Freedom 250 either. The good old Blues Brothers boys, they're not going to make it. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Chase got something from Sanjeet Patel. Hello, I am the IRS. You need to send $1,500 in Walmart gift cards, or you'll be placed
Well,
under the rest.
How old is
Yes.
this one? You'll be placed under arrest.
Under
Under
the
the
rest.
rest.
The
Under
rest.
the rest.
I love it.
Under the rest of who?
Grumpy Old Goat says, I would gladly move into a mall as long as I can eat at the food court and stay in the Aladdin's castle.
Sure. See, that's
there
what I'm
you
saying.
go.
You come up with fun things like that.
The
That's a
way
good
to
plan
get,
right
yeah, to get from one end of the mall to the other, can I ride one of those ponies?
Yes,
One of
the
those
one
big-
ponies,
yes.
and they have the little elephants,
Yes.
and that'd be a
I wanna
blast.
take that to get where I'm
I mean,
going.
think about that. That'd be great.
Living in the mall.
Sure.
Let's see. Should we go for Sbarro or should we go for the Hunan Walk?
They're going to need to put, because I don't think there's one there now, another Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Especially since they're bringing back the pimento chicken sandwich. Get that back in the Galleria. You'll be in
It's
good
Monday.
shape.
Monday, kids.
Uh-huh.
Monday, that's going to be here. I do believe that they moved out of all malls. I don't think there's a Chick-fil-A in
I
any
know.
mall any
It's
longer.
really a shame.
Get back with the
Well,
program
maybe we
here.
could take that bus that's in the Galleria
Yeah.
over across the street to
Yes.
the Chick-fil-A and then bring them back.
Good idea.
Have a little shuttle.
It's a field trip.
So, right. It's
I
just
like
right there
it.
across the street.
Make sure you get your kids' permission.
Uh-huh.
Sign
Then
it
we'll-
on the permission
Then
slip.
run the bus through the car wash because that'll be exciting to watch.
Oh, of course,
see
yeah.
all of that.
Absolutely. That-
Then what else could we do?
I don't know.
What else is over
Something
there?
involving cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah, cookies and milk.
There's
I
the
mean-
Bunt Cake shop that's over there. You can go to the
Oh,
Bunt Cake
hello.
shop.
Maybe take them
And maybe
to
get your nails done.
a game at the Hoover Met one
That's
night.
a great idea.
That sounds like a great way to lose some old people.
No. You
Everybody
can't-
get back on the
Can't
bus.
lose them.
Count off. One.
We're gonna need little watches or something that electronically tell us where you are.
Oh, it sounds like a tether.
That'd be fine.
What are you suggesting here?
Tether
Electronic
them.
tether.
You're going to put a Denver boot on these old people?
Well, I don't know about the boot, but
First off, we
it's a little much.
we have really overstepped our bounds here. We haven't even turned the place into an old folks' home yet. We're already
Look,
coming up with plans for the first field
It's not
trip.
even up for sale yet. They're
That's
just
true.
talking about it
That's
going
right.
up for sale. We've got great ideas, though.
We're way ahead
You
of
know,
this
we
game.
need a putt-putt inside the
Oh,
gallery.
I love that idea.
We need a little mini golf.
Let's do that.
That'd be fun.
Make that happen.
Right there near the food court.
Near the merry-go-round.
Yeah, I don't know. You might need to take that out.
Take the
People
merry-go-round
are
out?
going to get sick on that thing.